Have you ever noticed that your mood is entirely dependent on how people are acting? Did you walk in and your boss was a jerk to you or just ghosted you as soon as you came in? Did that meeting that you have been waiting 2 months to have just get pushed to when you're on vacation? If your boss is happy with you, you tend to have a fantastic day, right? It's like everything aligns. But if your coworker makes a snarky remark towards you in a meeting, it can derail your entire day. You are living your entire life as if you've handed over these emotional controls to everybody that surrounds you, and they get to dictate how you're going to feel at any moment, any day, any time. And it's not fair to you. It's exhausting. And if you are tired of being at the mercy of that terrible coworker or the toxic culture that you're existing in or that annoying person that just won't let something go, I get it. But there's something that I need to make sure that you understand. And a few of you, you're going to hate me for saying it, but I'm here to help you. It's really important that you do not stay stuck in this. Okay, time for the PSA. Time to rip that Band-Aid off. No one is making you feel that way. No one is making you feel that way. No one is making you feel that way. No one gets to have control over your emotions unless you let them. No matter how annoying, no matter how passive aggressive, no matter how rude or insulting they are, no one is making you feel the way that you do. Yes, I get it. Things are getting under your skin, but you're letting them. Now, I know a few of you right away are going to try to shut this off. But you deserve to have a remote control. You deserve to be the only one with that remote, no one else. So continue watching so that you know exactly what to do to take back that remote. Now, I know this almost sounds impossible to do when your boss is just being a jerk, or you have that employee that's irresponsible, or your kids just won't listen. But once you know that you have a 90-second biological window to react, to choose how you're going to react, everything changes. And honestly, sometimes being angry is the appropriate emotion. But shouldn't that be up to you and in your hands, not theirs? Now, if you're wondering, Crystal, what do you mean by this 90-second biological window? Head back over or just pause this video, head back, watch video 1, and then come back to this. It's really important that you understand what's going on in those 90 seconds so that we can continue with the rest of this 5-stage pause process. You can find that playlist right here. We're going to go into the first and the most important step in this pause, P-A-U-S-E. It's the pullback. That ability to actually step back. Most of us really truly pride ourselves on being professional, but this professionalism is masking as professionalism when underneath the surface, what's happening is you're a hidden avoider. Think about your typical workday. Okay, so you're in this meeting and there's that coworker. Everyone knows that coworker. They're the ones that constantly interrupt. And you're speaking, you are sharing what's going on, something that's really important, an update, whatever it happens to be. And this person decides that they're going to interrupt you. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I know that you all know who this person is. And right away, you can feel it, right? All eyes are on you looking at what you're going to do, and that heat rises. You feel that knot in your stomach. You feel that tension, that like annoyance, that why do they keep doing this? But you do everything you can to maintain your professionalism. So you push those emotions down. If you're offended, you're trying your best not to cry or lash out at this person. And it's just building inside of you. But what you do on the outside is you just try to roll with it. You keep your face neutral. You try to not let it bother you. You repress all of those emotions and those things that you were, and those things that you wish that you had said. And at the end, you think that you beat this. You think that you won because you didn't give in to your emotions. You didn't make a scene. But then the meeting ends. And what happens? You and your bestie go off, grab a coffee, and vent for the next 20 to 30 minutes about how rude that person is, how toxic that person is. You are reliving that moment. And we think venting is processing. We think saying, "Can you believe that they did that again?" is helping us get our emotions out and move on. But it's actually the opposite. Every time that we vent thinking that we're letting it out, we are putting ourselves back into that 90-second cycle. We are giving away control and we're letting that person's behavior stress us out. You are acting like they have this giant stick that they can reach across the table and flick a switch in your brain that you don't have the capacity to turn off. But they aren't. They can't. Not unless you allow them to. They're just saying words and making choices that you don't agree with. Your reaction, that heart racing, that I'm going to lose it feeling, that's all happening inside of you. And while this might feel really frustrating, this is truly the best thing that could ever happen to you. Because if it's happening inside of you, it means that you have control over what is happening. You've just been giving your power away this whole time. But that means that you can take it back. This pullback is the moment that you decide that you get to hold the control. When something happens and we feel like our emotions are all of a sudden taking control, what we have a tendency to do is zoom in on the situation. Instead of looking at everything going around, we get so hyper-focused on that one behavior, on the rude comment, the injustice, that eye roll or the look on their face. Your world in that moment becomes very small, very hot. Your brain then goes into survival mode because it truly believes that you are in danger. When you pull back, you are truly zooming out. You are taking that step back, sometimes physically, usually emotionally, right? We talked a bit about that 6 seconds. This is where we're, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm now back. I'm pulled back. You mentally take a step back to the corner of that room and look at yourself like a stranger. Words truly do have power. And so I want you to try this shift in language. Instead of in that moment saying, "I am so angry, I'm so frustrated, I'm hurt," whatever your flavor is, I want you to try to make this adjustment. You're just going to notice. You're going to notice what's going on. So your language is going to sound a little bit more like, "I notice a feeling of anger," right? Just notice it. Look at it the same way that you would if you noticed a piece of fruit in front of you, right? You're noticing that apple, you're noticing that orange. It doesn't mean that you are the apple or the orange, just that you're noticing that they're existing within your sphere, within your world at that moment. And yes, I get it. This kind of sounds like a small but silly change. But this is the difference between watching the waves as they pass and deciding to jump in and being engulfed by that wave. By using that word, "I am noticing," you create a really important gap. You're separating who you are from what you're feeling. I loved this analogy that I heard from someone, and it said, your emotions are like clouds. But you're not the clouds, you're the sky. So you can notice these emotions as they come and go, and some are going to be great emotions, some are going to be horrible, depressing emotions, some are going to be angering, but you're the sky. You can notice these emotions, but those emotions will never be you, right? They might be masking who you are in that moment, but the sky will still always exist. So ensure that you are noticing them, but you're not becoming them, right? The sky never becomes the clouds. The clouds simply exist within the sky. And clouds, they eventually move on. When you pull back, you realize that even though you don't have control over what that annoying coworker says or what your boss chooses to do, you do have 100% control over if how they're behaving is going to ruin your night. You are taking back that remote. You are saying to yourself, yes, you know what? He might be rude, he might be a jerk, but he does not get to dictate if I'm going to enjoy the evening with my family or not. It is the most important step because it's you deciding that you are no longer going to be the victim of how somebody else's day is going. It is truly the master key of this pause, but I want to give you fair warning. This P is so much easier when things are calm, cool, or just that low level hum of anxiety or upsetness. Where the rubber truly hits the road is where your heartbeat is racing at like 120 beats per minute. If you've spent years ignoring all of these signs about what's going on when you're being sent up, when you might need to implement that 6 seconds and this pullback, it's because your body has become an absolute expert in hiding what is going on. It's really hard to stay pulled back when you don't know what other waves are about to come and hit you. That's why you need to understand what I'm going to share with you in video 3. We're going to look at acknowledge and understand. In the next video, you're going to see what happens during the next section of those 90 seconds. What you're going to do, those warning signs, those signals that are going to highlight, okay, what is about to hit? What are these next waves that are coming and how do I ride them out? No matter how infuriating somebody else is. You know exactly who I'm talking about.